can do it. We can do. Oh, da 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 da. What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Never give up. That was my third or fourth trying to go live just now, and I wasn't too sure whether I got it, but I wasn't stressing about it because I know that when I got home tonight, I'd have another opportunity to figure out if I pulled the plug or if YouTube was just down or if there was just a glitch in my updating yesterday, right? I don't worry myself. It's in that moment though. It's in that moment because I really do want to show up. And once I've made that decision, I've kind of committed to that. And if there's anything I can do to manifest it or make it happen, I will. I will keep going until I have tried everything. But I am not somebody who cries over spilt milk. If I wasn't able to come in live today, it wouldn't have been a big deal, right? Maybe yesterday that might have been a little bit of a different story for myself. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I have been thrown through a little bit of the mix. And it's nothing really that I can put my finger on. It's not like in my own life, in my own existence, in my movement, that there is anything catastrophic. I just feel that heaviness, and I look out there to see where it's coming from. It's just in my hypervigilance, and I can see where the squeeze is, right? I can see in everybody where that squeeze is. And you know what? It's only a squeeze. It's only anything bigger if we want to make it that way. So I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. I'm not going to delve in too much deeper into the glitch that I thought had me stumped for this morning, but only stumped, right? Not not a catastrophe, not the end of the world. Now, if I came in tomorrow and the same thing happened, wow, right? Then we'd have to delve into a little bit deeper because we're on YouTube. They're on top of everything. If there is a glitch, right, they just need to know about it. If it's something on their part, if it's something on my part or my computer's part, right, well, that's on me, isn't it? And it's in those lessons of trying to figure it out if we choose to, or just to say, oh, well, we'll try again next time, or that's it, stupid this and stupid that, and rah, 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 I'm never doing this again. It's all in our choices. Welcome, everybody. If you've never popped into one of my lives before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside, and it's in that creation of the best human being I possibly can be that I allow myself to just stumble along quite often. If I don't see that directional light, if I don't see that lighthouse, if those events, those conversations, those experiences, and those relationships are not coming into my life, it's up to be my own cheerleader, right? It's up to me to recognize what I can bring to the table and just kind of move in that. If it feels good, right? If it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, and if it doesn't work out for you, if it blows up into your face, again, you get that choice. Oh, I'll try again later when I get home from work, or rah, 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 I'm never going to do that again. Take this thing and right out the window. And it's in those negative states that if that's the lesson, then you're going to get that lesson again until that rah, rah, rah is out of your system. I know what I'm talking about because I've had to burn a lot of that out of my system too. And I think that's a lot of what's going on. Now I'm picking up residue, and I'm picking up some of the weightiness that I know that I can just kind of and burn it off at work, or in my thoughts, or in a voice, or a video. Sorry, I don't hear. don't hear voices, you guys. I really don't. But I follow those intuitions. I follow those feelings. I follow those knowings and understandings that just kind of come across my path. And I have to recognize, and I do recognize, grateful for that, that I work with things that come across my path, right? In the moment I frazzled over, right? In coming into my life. And I said, okay, fine, try one more time. If it doesn't work out, I'll go iron my bangs and do the last few minutes of touch ups before I have to run out the door like a banshee with my head chopped off and give that time, that energy, those emotions too, because I'm grateful I have a job that I'm able to practice my craft, and I'm actually looking forward to going to work today and delving into some of those topics and items because I work in a little thrift store. I love to look at the shelves and look at the things that come through the till, and I love to see the customers feel score as they're walking out the door with smiles, right? It does something for me too. It allows me that on those days when I am feeling the heaviness, that's a good thing because it means I'm pulling. I'm not sure if it's my fair share, but I'm pulling some form in that share, right? Because I'm holding it, I'm feeling it, and I'm kind of understanding it because again, like I said, right? I've been through that myself. And sometimes we just need to burn out that negative kind of, I know everything, that controlling, sometimes that little bit of narcissistic. And if you're anything like me, right? You're an empath that sticks up for yourself and you wear lots of guises, right? You do. And you have lots of amazing characters that lift you up. But some of those characters we picked up in our being a spectator in other people's lives and see how it works in them, right? So sometimes we walk around thinking it's okay, right? To wear ourselves like clothing. You've heard that saying before. Or treat ourselves badly. Or pick up that baton where somebody dropped it at your feet and start treating yourself the same way that other people treat you, right? That's not how I roll. I don't think that's how we were meant to roll. And I think that's what's burning out of our systems is in that mistreatment of ourselves and those selves that reflect the same to us, right? It's hard to explain some things sometimes when the topics are heavy and the topics that could get you into big doo doo and get you up over your head in understandings that you're not quite understanding yourself, but you know how important that they are, that they need to bubble somehow. And what comes to mind right now is that dry bagging. That dry bagging that I got to be so good with my sister Tracy when I needed something because I come in that mindset of not to ask for help, not to butt in, not to you're not meant to be seen, you're not meant to be heard, and right, don't ask, right? Don't let people know that you have problems or needs. You got this, you figure it out on your own. Just don't involve others in private business. And this is how I grew up, so I become very expert because it's not asking, right? It's just in conversations, it's in our interactions, it's how in our own being and in our own existence and in the moment that we're living in that can express what we need without asking. And I became very, very good at that. My sister was very, very good at picking that up. So, can in the same token, can I have these kind of conversations and use this idea of dry bagging in divvying out the information, right? Because the right ears The right ears would hear the dry bagging, right? The right ears would understand that language. The right ears, right, are the ones that can truly make the difference if they choose to, right? If they choose to, but they have to make those choices, right? They have to have those same understandings. And that's sometimes what we're butting heads up with, right? And those are just, like they said, just another versions of ourselves, right? And information is information. I'm grateful for the information that comes across my path. Super, super grateful, right? That I got to make the choices to whether or not to put my faith, my trust, and my belief in that comes across my path. But at the same time, I need to be seen and need to be heard. And I've got something to say too. And in your choices, you can decide, right? And that's the beauty of this amazing world that we live in, right? Right? Each one of us get to decide. Okay, you guys, that's got to be my good share. I got to start my work week on a good note, and that good note is usually being on time with coffees and smile on my face and ready to go to town, and some of those aspects of my life that make me smile too and make me feel that I'm accomplishing because, right, I'm grateful for the job that puts the roof over my head, that lets me practice my craft, and that's the truth, you guys. I wouldn't be here right at this moment at the level that I am if it wasn't for that job that puts the roof over my head, because that leaves some of that worry, some of that stress, right? Right? Okay, you guys. So off I go. And that's where my energy is going in the next few days. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.